And I just take the last part of Order 38. That is order of the business. Mr. President, the order of the business says, number 10, that our business for the day will be based on the order paper. The order paper does not contain this. And for God's sake, this is a very, very, very important matter. We should not in any way try to use the position of the Senate, because the order paper is clear and we have been doing this. I have no problem having them to come here and explain whatever. We have been doing that, but we follow known procedures. And that is, if today this thing has to be taken, you now quickly ask for supplementary order paper that will reflect this. And as you said, this is a very, very important matter. It is not a matter that you just come and tell us after we are doing business of the day. Mr. President, you can have your way, but I will have my say. You will have your way, but I can have my say. You can use the gavel, and I will use my voice. This thing is very sensitive. Our people have been dominated by this matter. When you say it's matter of urgent national importance, yes, we do have matters of urgent national importance. But even those matters normally is referred to the next legislative date or another legislative date. Please, I beg you in the name of God, this matter is very, very important to not only us, but Nigerians that we represent. And we swear by Bible and Holy Quran that will represent the interests of the people. These people partially have spoken. The governors, the National Economic Council, and that makes
you have made your point. Can I respond to you?
You can rule me out of order.
Let me respond. Let me respond to you. Now, please, we are not here for rhetorics. We are acting on fact. Excuse me. Order, please. Order, please. Order, please. Order, please. Order.
You, because you are sitting there saying saying it's written.
I know.
Are you saying, Mr. President, that a Senate?
No, leave me. Allow him. Wait a minute.
Is that fair to yourself? Now rule me out of order.
Okay, thank you very much. We're giving you a chance to speak. Please, I refer you to order 1B, which the leader came under. Can you read order 1B for me, please? Can you read order 1B? Okay. Order 1B read as follows. In all cases not provided for in this standing order or by sessional or other orders or practice of the Senate shall by resolution regulate its procedure. This is what we have just done. This is the resolution that we have just passed. You needed to have known what we have done. I therefore rule you out of order.
We want to carry along everybody, all Nigerians. So this is what we want to do. Except you don't want openness, the intention is to open up to allow everyone to know. You may phrase your Mr. President. Excuse me. Your point of order is noted, but I want to rephrase so that we can have it done formally without any problem. Leader, you have the floor.
Mr. President, I listened to the point of order raised by most distinguished, highly respected, well-revered former leader of the House and of the Senate. distinguished Senator Senator Abdul Ningi. Mr. President, let me clarify. My motion was for suspension, not invocation, of Order 12. Order 12 talks about those who are privileged to speak in this hallowed chamber, as well as the exceptions that can be granted. But when a motion is moved for suspension, it means that rule does not apply again. In addition, sir, for the purpose of our working relationship, let me also amend my motion by saying that in addition to my motion for suspension of Order 12 on floor privileges, I'm also coming under Order 1B, which says in all cases where there is no specific provision or rule, the Senate shall regulate its own procedure. So, Mr. President, let it be said that my motion is based on both the invocation of Order 1B of our rules as well as the suspension of Order 12 of our rules. Nigerians need to know, and we also want to know. Let's hear these people. Let's ask them questions. And that's why I've chosen that we go this way before I bring my bill for second reading. After this, we'll still have our own closed door session tomorrow as colleagues to further discuss this issue. It's a matter of urgent public importance. I so move, Mr. President.
Oh shit. I say na this grammar wey we dey speak na im go kill all of us. Alright. Matter of national importance. Urgent national matters. Matters national urgency. Urgency. Whatever, however they choose to frame it. It's indeed urgent, I can see. It's so urgent that they passed the bill already. I tell you now, say na after all everything done seal, now they will begin the disturb us with different arguments and permutation. And as usual, I'm always right. And I was specific in one of my couple of days show that the reason why Obi, Atiku, Showore, and the rest decide to keep quiet, which means they are in support of the bill, is because it's an order from landlord, and everybody has to abide with it. It doesn't matter if you're a caretaker or you are a squatter or you are the real motherfucking landlord. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Honor Politics. Today we shall. I will tell you that the role where media play. Media is playing. Every day I keep saying it, keep in different angle. When I say why they focus so much on EPA instead of matters of national importance, the urgent national matter, I the fuck everybody are phrasing it. But I think they thought EPA is more important, and rightly so. It did was important to the struggle, but they are back now. They are back to. I saw a bit tweet. I was like, see, you see, I thought that other means you say no be my supplier. Mark, I told you say no be say no be the veggie. There are no my my sight, my focus on the right place. It's a road that has been traveled before, so all I did was to figure it out and get ahead of it, and hope they will follow suit. And indeed, they are following suit. So I tell you, when I say it's important, they should focus. No, now they are telling us that that bill is important. But it's too late. And I tell you, when I say yeah, go start to the debate after the bill don't pass. It's coming to pass. I tell you, now, the likes of Obi and the rest, they will have something to say after it's already here. So, not putting our head again what the medias are doing. So, if you never see Obi tweets, maybe I should give us more time for more people to come in before we dive in. I know it's not about Obi tweet, but more important gun because I've been saying it. Obi tweeted about tax reform bill. Okay. Uh, Sabi this game. I think I pat myself on the back. But ladies and gentlemen, this is us. And
What the president essentially is doing is trying to pull all the resources to the southwest, particularly Lagos. Many of the oil companies are in Niger Delta, are in the Delta region. That's where they have their operations. But their headquarters are in Lagos. They pay VAT to Lagos. Dangote is paying VAT in Lagos with his factories in the north. What has Lagos done to earn that? So Lagos is getting all of that money. And now you're saying, oh yeah, that money is ours, that money is ours. No, it isn't. Lagos is what it is today thanks to the Nigeria's Commonwealth. All the infrastructures were built by Nigerian Commonwealth. The ports, the bridges, the everything. If anybody asks you, you must pay. So people need to be sensible. There is this thing they call in the old Zulu adage, Ubuntu. You are who you are because of me. It's common humanity. Northern governors met in Kaduna to talk about VAT. Oh, and they want to accrue more money. Let me say that they were not there for God and country or for the region. They were collecting there because they are not going to get more money. So this selfishness, oh, it's me, it's me, it's me, and the president is following that, it's raising antenna alarm in the north. To all that, yes, and the president has sent a bill. To the House about his tax reform. That is his right as the executive. But it is the right of our representatives, and we're watching them very closely. It is the right of our representatives to fight for us and kill that bill if it does not do well for the people they are representing. End of story. There is no argument. There is no argument. This is what democracy is. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on his own cannot do things without reverting back to the House. And we have our representatives there that we will hold accountable.
Manja we hear D. So let's go to Obi's tweet. Tax reform is a critical issue and there's nothing wrong with pursuing it. That is the paragraph he started with. However, such reform must be subjected to robust and informed public debate. And I think I've played my part. And I've been calling for that. I did try my best to push on any platform I find myself to be part of the conversation. But everybody got agenda, so fuck it. A public hearing on tax reform is essential. This is Obi speaking. Allowing Nigerians from all walks of life to engage meaningfully. This is how we build public trust and ensure inclusive policy making. Matter of this magnitude require extensive deliberation and careful consideration, they should never be rushed. Public hearing must be conducted to allow for diverse opinion and input. Such public hearing should also enable the broadest spectrum of public opinion to be reflected in public policy. Obi, where you there now? I don't understand. I think the House of Rep and the Senate will disagree with you because they did exactly that. There were extensive deliberation and debates across not just the two chambers of legislative, but across the length and breadth of this country. It dominated the airway for days, weeks, and months. The lights are checked. So that you are late to the party or somebody else is speaking on your behalf. Whichever way it is, you are doing the right thing. It's working. Matters of this magnitude require extensive deliberation and carefully consideration. They should never be rushed. Public hearing must be conducted to allow for diverse opinion and input, such as public hearing would also enable the broader spectrum of public opinion to be reflected in public policy. When considering tax reform and similar issues, it is insufficient to focus solely on the benefits to the government, particularly in terms of increasing revenue allocation. So it's oh my god, I like politicians, man. They're good. So even though this is not necessary, but it's necessary at the same time, right? So all the while when I they call them out, people talk. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm hearing, but the beauty of this tweet is that it's also setting an agenda. So of course, all the obedient content creator, they will begin the debate in earnest, and that debate will center around this tweet. So that's why they carefully words and place everything in the right place. So he said we must take into account overall. He said we consider tax reform as a similar issue. It is insufficient to focus solely on the benefit of the government, particularly in terms of increasing revenue and allocation. That's fair. And the benchmark of the debate, they don't set that. Right? So the debate is going to be solely on what benefit the government and what not. And the question you ask yourself, in this case, who is the government? Anyway, further, I say we must also take into account the overall impact on the nation and the sustainability of all its region. Hmm. So you see how into by itself come with own version of is against the north, is against the south. He said we must also take into account the overall impact on the nation and the sustainability of its region. As if the regional government with the party. But anyway, when you set it's an agenda setting to it, right? So it's the content creator and all that. So they will go with that. As done before, Muslim ticket as sold as long as don't as play is due, you don't win. It's not going to win again second time. But what we win again second time, it was an agenda that was set in 2023. And I said it. This foolishness of buying into turn by turn, north and south. It's a slip flow slope as you will people call them. It's coming to bite you. When I call those 70 governments clown, people think I be Fulani, we say they call me that time. Right? So that's what is going to be the order of the day, now turn by turn. And now Southern, since it has been engraved in our consciousness that it has to be some by turn, now Tinubu has to finish second time. I mean, you can say it's not doing well. I guarantee you, Dangote is not going to say that. Elumelu is not going to say. No fucking business owner today in Nigeria that will tell you that Tinubu is not doing well. Now, Mokufini, it's not done yet. I will come back to the media, but I'm just giving a background that this is no matter where I carry for it. like a madman for almost a month. They taxed it. That's because it was heavy on the ground. And I remember issue tax nine don't tax I mean tax free so many nations. Tax destroy so many nations. Tax lead to so much freedom. Go find out. Go back go up to 500 years to history. The American Revolution was triggered by what tax? Anyway, we were paying tax to kings and royals and church laws in Britain, or we are breaking our back here in the colony. That she got to stop. That's what triggered the revolution that brought America to here today. Tax almost destroyed Kenya. Almost take Paul Kagame, what's that guy's name, out of power, right? But unfortunately, the Nigerian elites were able to create VDM and Bobrisky, right? Then we can't get plenty celebrities. We did that use our attention every now and then. And that's what played out. But again, they overplay VDM, Bobrisky, and the rest. Guess what? There's a guy in Finland who, if we just collectively at one go take a shot at him, I think it's gonna work. Trust me, it did work. Anyway, so the man Obi continues. Say, furthermore, the government must sensitize the people and secure their buy-in for any policy change. I mean, I don't understand. Well, I do understand. The people that Obi is referring to here are the people's house. I've been knowing people who send David that this there been a lot of debate, and I don't know what he's talking about. But again, I did know what he's talking about. So again, it's setting an agenda. So the conversation would dominate the platforms to come, right? Is that Bola to be doing it in secrecy? Is pushing it there. It's not letting anybody to debate it. That they are rushing it. No. Yes, at the same time. But motherfucker, this man brought out this bill in October. What the fuck? They can't give us in October. Because when you give it to the Parliament House of Rep, that is us. The whole idea of democracy start and end the House of Representatives. Because we believe that once they speak, the whole nation has spoke. So the day Bola Tinubu passed it to the rep, that's when we were given as a public to debate on it. Now, you don't know you are not carried along. That's not Bola Tinubu's fault. That's your representative fault. Now, yeah, however you want to share that blame between you and your representative, that's your prerogative. But again, I say then will come after everything don't pass. Anyway, Obi continued. Trust and legitimacy are the foundation of effective governance. And without them, even the best intended reform may fail. Bullshit. Bullshit. The people that matters with the tax they are solidly behind the president, including you, sir, as a businessman. You are one of the beneficiary of this bill. That's why you see the set agenda in a way that, well, I'll get into details why how the media will carry on from there after he don't speak. Let us prioritize transparency, deliberation, and public engagement in charting the path forward. This is how we build a true participatory democracy. A new Nigeria is possible. Theo. And the first respondent is that is why we need you in president as a president come 2027 because a lot will be put in place. Hmm. Well, it's it's remarkable to know that Obi is now where I was maybe 4 months ago. Isn't that beautiful? Like, share, and subscribe. Make I introduce a different side to this argument, and I will let us ponder on that. Then we'll kick in.
Nice idea, but it won't help. It'll just formalize the reality that poor countries can never repay their loans.
Senator, are you saying that you're opposed to debt relief for impoverished countries?
No, we should forgive the debts, but that's not going to help those countries very much.
Okay. What will?
Tax cuts. Some African tax rates are the highest in the world. In Tanzania, the 30% rate kicks in at $475 of income. Plus, they have a 20% value-added tax. It gets added to everything you buy. Those high tax rates make it impossible to build capital in those countries. So nothing gets built, not factories, not roads, not anything. Poor African countries have the lowest wage workers in the world. And yet a company like Nike, for instance, can't put a factory in one of those countries because of the oppressive tax rates. Taxes have killed any possibility of economic development. They've killed any hope of these countries ever helping themselves. And that leaves them completely at the mercy of charity and loans. And here's the worst part. You know why those countries have such high tax rates? Because of us. To show us that they can raise enough money to pay back their loans. But taxes can't raise any money if they kill the economies. So it turns out that the tragic, unintended consequence of our good intentions toward Africa, our kindness, is that we have encouraged those countries to lock themselves into a gruesome economic depression. If we don't urge those countries to cut their tax rates, they will never grow their economies. People will live lifetimes of unemployment. Disease will be rampant. Poverty will be permanent. And children will be hungry. And our charity will never be enough. Never.
Now, when they talk say the bill must pass because they have debt to pay. After the fact that they have debt to pay, they still need to live their best life, right? And this is what the Western capitalists understand. So no be force, they force, no be gone, they put for head to go collect loan or to fuck around with them. No. It is our greed and lack of being futuristic of our leaders. Now they push us into exactly where we are today. Get refresh my memory again. Just what this man just laid before us. What transpired about the tax bill? Let's see if you can connect. You can connect there.
Often have different outcomes than people expect, and sometimes when they start, they can be lasting for 5, 6, or 7 years. And so I think it's incumbent on all of us to worry about it. It doesn't stop J.P. Morgan from expanding. We want to serve clients and serve countries and be respected wherever we do business to help Nigerians in Nigeria and Nigerian companies here, and also Nigerian companies that they go overseas. So we still have expansion plans. So worrying about that doesn't stop us from doing things, but we just have to be very conscious of the risk it creates.
My order, they don't give you that. And in case you still don't understand, or you know say now, so the game that they run the game ever since, right? You might have a president like Buhari who will be easy in that direction. You want to be easy in that direction, not to fuck around with the West in terms of collecting low or junk point. But on the other side, is dealing with either the Chinese or the Arab League. The same thing, honor the same. But the most important thing here is that why this one is very draconian. Is like it's gonna everybody will feel it. And why is this urgent? It is because America are preparing for war. A war that might happen or it might not. I'm not saying what is going to happen, but you have to prepare. No, they don't be like us. You have to stay ready. so that you don't have to be ready. That's what this game is about. And once you are in that mode, you need bar. Because you mean sure you want to expand your production capacity, you're building more weapon, more technology, feed like a lot is going on at a crash course. So how do you do that without having necessarily taking to on everybody? You have to now look outside to your world colonies and wake them up a little bit. Say, hey, I don't give a fuck how you do it. That's how I pay up. So that's exactly what is playing out. But the fact that all our current elite, everybody from business to government and the emerging ones, are all fall in line to the big brother. So whatever the big brother says, that's what is important. Everything where every other person we talk is secondary. But there's a man that saw today, but we don't really take her serious.
Nigerians insist that they have to impress their neighbors and other people that they eat foreign rice. I said, no rice. You either you eat what you grow what you eat, or you die. I think I tried to make my point. And later, Nigeria appreciated it because it provides more jobs. People go back to the land. We have the land, and we produce what we eat. I have only 6 more days to go. And I try to plan to be as far away from Abuja as possible. And thank goodness I came from an area which is farthest away from Abuja. I said, if anybody force move, I establish good relationship with my neighbors. The Nigerian people will defend me. Thank you very much.
Now, we rely more, but just as Buhari said, we like to impress people that don't give a fuck about us. We rely more on everything to come from outside for us to live our best life. And with the Cold War that just took a different turn, when Trump finally comes in and his tariff going to effect, we affect pretty much everywhere, everybody. That means things will change. So that means those people will they consume at a very affordable price. Every ego it be more expensive, and with the way the tax is bill is going to reflect on everything. Yeah, don't worry, it's coming. Yeah, I mean, it's always coming. It's here. But before I just say a little bit more on that, just to update those who don't dey follow this platform for months now. That I wasn't crazy where I tried to stay ahead of the call. See, everything is coming in a full cycle. Let's update you now. What will be the role? What's the role of the media, right? I don't. They always talk and say the goal of every government is to make you look the other way. Why they go this other way? To make you be stupid and foolish, not to know exactly what is going on. Right? That's why history is not being taught. Even if you did a country where they teach you history, check that history where na rubbish. Right? But to understand a lot of things, how how the media works, right? You get one book, Public Opinion, by Walter Lippmann, was written in 1922. Let me read it and just give it maybe something and give it us a base of where we are going. Sake, I greet you, sir. SO area. What Alidma Public Opinion. This book was written in 1922. Argues human can't fully grasp complex issues. We rely on simplified ideas, stereotypes, and media portrayals to form opinion. He's right. It suggests experts, not the public, should guide society due to the limitation. Though controversial, it remained a crucial text in understanding public opinion, media influence, and the challenge of democracy. Right? So, if you understand what I'm just saying, that the government goal is not to make you understand shit. So you now understand where Walter Lippmann is coming from in 1922 book of Public Opinion. So he is just falling into that yes, you understand, because the media, the government, this is the government's goal, they will always stay ahead. So by so doing, the public is not in any capacity to grasp complex situations. So we should rely on what? Experts. Now, this is the conclusion in 1922. Then the likes of Professor Noam Chomsky with the manufacturing concept, we produce the propaganda model of Walter Lippmann public opinion text. So if you can grab that book or go get manufacturing concept, I think it's every book. It's one book everybody should read. I don't care who you be, but it's I mean, it's just too spot on in terms of how the media work and government pretty much work. Professor Noam Chomsky is still alive. I think he's 95 years now. He's one of the most quoted human beings on the planet at the moment. I think he lost his voice the last time I tried to know his latest opinion on what is happening. He lives in Arizona, by the way. Ovi, I need some book list from you. Do you have IG or something like that? I need to catch up on some books. Yes, matter of fact, I think that my IG, they always post some books. I know they never update that. I will give you yes. I get list. It depends on where you want to go. You want to go history, power. Let me see. So I get I don't know. I have like 70 right now. I don't finish this year. So what I do again next year, I'll go back and make sure at least I read like 50 of them. Then add more new ones, So yes, I get IG. My IG now still on our politics, I think. So what I before well I never update them for a minute, but what I normally any book where they read that they always like put them to see if anybody's gonna um follow suit. So yeah, now on our politics. So there are some books there, but again, it depends on where you want. Now, so back of public opinion by Walter Lippmann, who argued that public are not in a position to actually grasp or comprehend the complexities of issues, so we should rely on experts, quote unquote. So Noam Chomsky and Haman put out the propaganda version of that text, public opinion, called Manufacturing Consent. There's actually a documentary on that book, Manufacturing Consent. Anyway, if you go watch it on documentary on Facebook, you will get on YouTube. You will get more, but you'll be more hungry to go actually follow the book. Saying me be your first disciple. Ha 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 ha. I never reached that level to get disciples. ah, eh, I see the street, they hustle. I see they try survive. My people say, person way their house, know their house dog. Person way they feed, know they get dog, right? So I ever reach to get, but I get what you mean by I ever reach disciples. Anyway, so if you go to if you don't read the manufacturing contents, right, you understand. Maybe I just read the summary of that, then we're now trying to see where our media fit in here. So Chomsky and Haman introduced this is show and Haman showed that contrary to the usual image of the news media as a cantankerous, I mean a cantankerous, obstinate, and oblivious in their search for truth and defense of justice, in their acute practice, they defend the economic, social, and political agenda of the privileged. So, in the name of searching for truth and the defense of justice, remind you of profile, truth, empirical evidence, and pursuing that. I mean, that's what they put, let people believe that they are doing right, talking truth to power. But in actual practice, they defend the economic, social, and political agenda of the privileged group that dominates domestic society, the state, and the global order. Does that make sense? Right? Now they get them anyway. Yeah, the only thing they follow the money. Every institution, everything get an agenda, they have a reason. I mean, not be all of them be bad, but when you understand that where interests converge, you don't even need to pay anyone, right? Where interests converge, everything follow. So based on a series of case studies, including the media dishonest treatment of the worthy versus unworthy victim, legitimizing and meaningless third world country election. Does it sound like if this is our faith at the moment? Right? If you don't understand what I may go and read the Chimamanda letter after the election to Joe Biden. And devastating critique of media coverage of the US war against Indochina. Haman and Chomsky draw on decades of criticism and research to propose a propaganda model to explain the media behavior and performance. Their new introduction of the propaganda model and the earlier case study and discussion of several. So now, Walter Lippmann conclusion is that the general public, right? And if you agree with me that the goal of the government is to make the general public mumu, that means the man is spot on. So, and by so doing, the general public is not in position to either comprehend or actually understand complex issue, especially in today's world of information revolution, where everything is slap you back and front, the same thing but different angle. It's hard for you to actually know what is true and what's not. So if you see it from that angle, you will want to agree with him. You want to agree with him, yes. We need people to actually do what? Dissect complex information people don't understand. So this, in a way, where you will now say the journalism, the media house, I mean, let them be the expert now, according to Walter Lippmann. Let them be there. So we should rely on them for them to actually explain to us or inform us on how things run. I mean, one would say that's how it's supposed to be. But that was 1922. I won't say no understanding that the capitalist society will dominate everywhere. But I think, I mean, if somebody means they come from industrial revolution age. So today, as we have it, our media is not owned by the public. It's owned by private individuals and entities, which sole aim is to make profits. And now, profit not necessarily has to come in terms of cash or brown envelope, as we always refer it to. No. Again, where interests converge, right? What happened? No need to bribe anybody now, right? I want power. I want my media to do this far. If we come together, so everything. So that's why you see a lot of them in France. People did not pay attention. That trip was dominated by what? Private business guy. What we did not see is the media guys in between. Oh, so the media role is for the destruction of democracy and promotion of corruption by giving the fake news that license. Which is silence the suffering of the masses when they cry, but glorify the stealing politician. Yeah. Now them get now see the people, now the politician, I then get the media. So you understand why everything they go smoothly for them. So how do you apply this conclusion by these two ideas that you agree with Volata Littman that the people, because of the aim, because of what the government is doing to the people, in true sense, they are not in position to say that. So we have to rely on the media. But the problem with our media, who are the experts here, is that they are owned. They have already been paid for. So what they do is to select reporting. Selective reporting is part of that media agenda. Now, and that selective reporting, it play out clearly because focusing on aspects that the bill, what they do is to focus on the aspect of the bill that support government agenda while downplaying or ignoring criticism. That one are just one. If now that is playing out because now they won't begin debate the bill that's already been passed. In case again, if they argue with yourself, or you see, I don't know if they talk say the bill never passed. Where the bill is going next, it's going to be a smooth passage. Just go find out who constitute the committees that this bill is going to pass. The Finance committee, for instance, I be the first one, right? And the Senate, at the Senate committee on finance, who did that one? The guy from Niger State, the senator from Niger State, something Sani, right? Now, if you go to the House of Rep, you see James Faleke. James Faleke Napola Tinubu's son, politically speaking. He was born in Kogi, but he's serving, his representation is coming from Lagos. His deputy, now Saidu Musa, right? Abdullahi Saidu Musa from Kogi. the same political family. So when I say he pass, they always try to say ahead of where the thing is going there. So that's what I mean. But throughout the time when we're supposed to talk about the bill, right? When they push the bill to the House October 4th or thereabout. What did the media do? The media do what they call selective reporting. That is when they decided to say, come, just one guy call a person somewhere. Why can't all of us just come together and take that shot? The media know, the public don't. What choice do they have anyway? They rely on us. We are the experts. If you want to go by the theory of Littman, yes, they are nice. So they rely on us. Whatever we put out, that's what they are going to. They don't get choice. But first to consume that for as long as we want. That's what they did with a past story. All of them reporting it the same time, back. And before you know, they forget there's a bill that had to be that had to pass, and they have to bribe their way in with that 2.2 billion. So the media collectively selected what they needed to report anytime they want. So that dominated pretty much throughout 2 weeks ago and last week, when our elected officials, quote unquote, are in the house, according to them debating, the media denies that opportunity, make us focus on what's EPA, VDM, Bobrisky, Davido. Just all of them are the same. Right? So that's what the media are doing. This all of them. That's why I came out so strongly to say, come. Something is not. I mean, when Nigeria began from north to south, east to west, they were all carrying the same headline. That's an agenda setting. That's selective reporting that take us away. Then they frame the narrative. So what you'll be seeing, even though the debates that you are going to be hearing on TV from now on regarding debate, it's of no use. But of course, they will still do their best. They'll frame the narrative, presenting the bill as necessary for economic growth and national development, while avoiding discussion of potential negative impact. So that's what I said in the morning. We are going to have two juggernauts, two so-called experts come on TV, arguing the same points, but from different angle, but all not the same. They will focus on how impactful it's going to be. They will be using broad terms, the economy, the north, the regional. But the core of the matter be say it is just a system of taking weight from the poor people already and straight to the big boys at the top. You never see that argument from them. I don't care which of the media you go from now on. Now, quoting supportive source, right? That's why they go tell you, they don't do one for India. They don't do one for this thing. Featuring quotes of opinion from expert or official who support the bills while marginalizing and excluding dissenting voice. So they will quote Ayodele is the best tax whatever in that part of the world. They go, they repeat themselves, the same faces where they see on TV for the past 3 years. Now then they can talk about the same people could talk about marriage, they could talk about tax, they go there, they expert on every goddamn thing. Then they create a false consensus, right? Where they go say it's against the North. The North no agree. The North agree. We disagree. Like who? How did you arrive at that consensus? Remember the phrase tripartite agreement? So then we arrive as consensus. Oh no, just on the front of national newspaper and TV, and that represents every goddamn one of us. That's how it is. So they go bombard us even when everything has a smooth sailing. When I like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Let's see. I got one video here. For Lexi, I did see your guy. Yep. Like, share, subscribe, and there's some
Nice idea, but it won't help. It'll just formalize the reality that poor countries can never repay their loans.
Senator, are you saying that you're opposed to debt relief for impoverished countries?
No, we should forgive the debts, but that's not going to help those countries very much.
Okay. What will?
Tax cuts. Some African tax rates are the highest in the world. In Tanzania, the 30% rate kicks in at $475 of income. Plus, they have a 20% value-added tax. It gets added to everything you buy. Those high tax rates make it impossible to build capital in those countries. So nothing gets built, not factories, not roads, not anything. Poor African countries have the lowest wage workers in the world. And yet a company like Nike, for instance, can't put a factory in one of those countries because of the oppressive tax rates. Taxes have killed any possibility of economic development. They've killed any hope of these countries ever helping themselves. And that leaves them completely at the mercy of charity and loans. And here's the worst part. You know why those countries have such high tax rates? Because of us. To show us that they can raise enough money to pay back their loans. But taxes can't raise any money if they kill the economies. So it turns out that the tragic, unintended consequence of our good intentions toward Africa, our kindness, is that we have encouraged those countries to lock themselves into a gruesome economic depression. If we don't urge those countries to cut their tax rates, they will never grow their economies. People will live lifetimes of unemployment. Disease will be rampant. Poverty will be permanent. And children will be hungry. And our charity will never be enough. Never.
I think that's self-explanatory. I mean, I don't need to explain that. Like you say, leave my guy alone, I beg. If you want to call his name, say incoming president. Okay. Well, incoming president. What year is he coming? I think that's. I should ask. What year is the incoming president? When they come? Eh? I like that though. But let's see. Let's see. We were talking about that yesterday, right? So, I mean, I know you were using a hypothetical scenario here that Atiku will, let's say Atiku will say the Joe Biden rhetoric, underlying the fact that Joe Biden was forced out. But let's say you use that playbook as you put it, right? Let's say he meant it, like, yes, it's cast and stone, that's what is going to happen, right? Isn't that playing to his own selfish interest? Because the bigger picture, the North, yeah, they will do 4 years, they could do 8 years. You want shot to them because of your own selfish, they want shot there for you. So, I mean, I be all those that was not put into the consideration before that. I mean, hypothetically, we are speaking anyway. I be not saying like that. Let's say the incoming the incumbent is say they will run them out. So how do you do that? How do you gather the support? What are you going to tell the general power mongers in the north if you are able to convince the Saudis about that? How do you convince the bigger? So I think I didn't ask you that one. So incoming president of what generation boy? Also said Tinubu no see money again. So tax is the way out. All these tax is to squeeze the masses to feed the super bankrupt nation. Yeah. So you want me to carry money go do am before? So I see you. I mean I know I see where you are coming from, but anybody that would have you, if now you go carry your money go pay. If Oga they ask for more money, what do? You look down and say, "Oh, how they get this more money now?" Before you even go into your savings, right? I like that. So I tell you now, it's just this tax. I don't know how they will take use grammar. I don't know it's too labor. It's just straightforward now. That's important to feed the rich. It's- yeah, Lexi, interesting, right? I thought about it today. I was like, hmm, let's say this because as I said it before. I don't dominate the conversation. If you go Twitter, you go everything. Like it just it's crazy the way people when you dey hear people they talk about that like Now, no, they even sit down just taking some scenarios, right? They are saying article will be Erufai Kunkoso like, yo, motherfuckers. Now, because they will not believe there's no ideology in Nigerian policy, that doesn't mean they are not ideologues. I don't see Erufai, these four people, so I don't see who's going to take the front, back seat and front seat. Kunkoso, Atiku, Obi, and Erufai. Because that's what I saw on Twitter. Like, these people are just fucking different. But the times that we are in, it just make the match so difficult for us to just put together. It's hard for us to put that match together. Tinubu don't sign MOU mineral resources for France for free. Like, I don't know why una dey leave those people. Whatever they are doing, they no concern us. Ah, yes, somebody did they won't concern our minerals for free. Which won't be our mineral? How much you get inside? But I Tinubu go down sit down with Sudan Sokoto, Emir of Katsina, the former president. They don't form company already. They don't form company overnight. Kola Ishaga go Braga mining company. Then they go. They are all not to bring expert come for France with their equipment. Maybe that will MOU. We didn't that because of where they are our mineral. Now get up. Najaba, that guy is going from. You go there everywhere. Tinubu dynasty. Tinubu dynasty. He has already solidified the oil. They don't the oil since then. So I can carry one of the shine bubble go put for minerals. So I mean, I leave those people alone. Those people they among they waiting SO they talk. Now them be the super bankrupt nation, right? In France, they don't deplete some of in portfolio. You know, they France portfolio, some na Niger and other kind. They don't deplete them, so they all had more portfolio. That's what is going on. So yeah, make I bring that the incoming president, make I respect Lexi request. Yeah, this incoming president, this guy mean business. I don't know how I want to do it, but look at it. Oh God, let's see. I won't work for Atiku. Give me the connect. I will have the most useless job ever. I go tell her like Seji. I'll turn it to anything. Let's see, make I give you what they are doing here. This will not change. I don't know how to do it. There's a better way to do what they are doing, right? People don't understand why they talk back and to the mother of them. How you think this one are today said I think that yesterday I think Najaba. Now like you know that they do obedient day there now. They were doing they do some activity. My campaign don't start.
I'm a goalkeeper.
Was posted on
Last man Hamza Abubakar. My name is Julie James.
My name is Sadra Hassan United Goal Machines.
today now, it was posted 27 minutes ago.
My name is Yusha Ismail Muhammad Kopa, a co-member.
No, the activity, not the guy they do, I don't know, convocation or whatever. So, part of the work, we do October 1st.
Let's put our hands together for our president, Waziri yana da wato asali ready because the
I'm part of the. See, Lexi, make I tell you how they do this. Waiting I want to do so. So yeah, Naija man is part of the activity we will be self go for. So na fresh, na live, na fresh videos. It's how they put them. I think na yesterday also. Now this weekend, let me say, okay, good either the Saturday or Sunday. You see how the things sound well for your mouth. See my baba with sport outfit looking like Ovie when you must be. Oh, look at belly like that. Guy, why? But see, let's see. I think he's taking this election as well. Now, do all that. Is that there? It's already it's getting close. But see, make I give you now. Make una consult my company, right? Now, you go play football, right? Well, at best you get what? One community against other community. How many? But him, I think what the organizer failed to picture is it is not the excitement you bring to the community. It is not the maybe the media attention, but you are not hitting the core voters, people that will actually come and vote, not parents. So how do you get more parents? You go with the mother of all sports. There's a reason they call track and field the mother of all sports, right? By the time you select 10 to 15 sports come out, you guarantee that you are covering nothing less than all the secondary school in your senatorial zone, for instance. You don't all of them will come out on the same day. That means you they bring all the parents, uncle, auntie to come and cheer their kids on from different discipline, from young. Which man that go leave a football work for husband? Cause they watch is 18 years old, 23 years old, 24 years old, 25 years old, they play ball. But every mother and father go leave whatever they do, come watch what? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old they display. So you don't cap that, then they will carry that go into dinner table. And it will go on for a very long time. When una come meet me, make una will do am. Football now, yeah, football get na like religion for Nigeria, but in what he's trying to achieve, football won't do it. Ah, Nigeria is in for it. Tinubu go squeeze the shege tax out of Nigerians, and there's no glitch would happen. You're right, totally. That's the game. The poverty ratio go go from one the what is it dimensional poverty they classified it as from 133 it's going to go to like around 70 170 or 165 165 million. What is Atiku doing there? The footballer are looking so tattered. Guy, now village guy go now. What do you expect? That's Nigeria right there. So yeah, this is one event. We have 3 years. We do track and field, polo, golf, ludo. More than give me the contract. Make I do am for now. Ah, make I do am. I'm now waiting. I done the work on for like how many years? I have publication on itself on national dailies. And now for me to write, I think now waiting. Hmm. Well, anyway, make I not give Lexi expo too much. Lexi, when I consult me, no be for free. I will give una. I will make sure Nigeria talk about una for like 6 months straight. How do you beat that? 6 months straight. They're going to talk about the event. I am saying that because I know they didn't get the money. So because the idea is a very huge one. So it needs a lot of capital. 6 months straight. No matter how they want to try kill the conversation, He go the man metamorph from now. So good one. You understand, Lexi? I give you. I ain't just bullshitting. Right? See, make I show you the part of the. Tell you say I don't get these ideas and this thing for a very long time. See that my village mirror. That's the name of the company that and they used to do all this. Hey, look for sun. Sun don't come now. I did run for sun. So see, village mirror will use the unique power of sports to influence diplomatic, social, and political relations by bringing people and communities closer together through sports in activity. So hit me up and I'll put you guys on a viral stroke. Emiloko said na statistic we go chop, but now una go chop tax from this guy. This guy. ah, I can only laugh because I don't talk on this thing tire. Nobody will hear. Say this is where they come so. ah, it ain't gonna be funny. Sorry, man of prestige. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. I will talk to my uncle. No forget, try convince Conco so we for need am. I no sure Conco no be una problem. I don't think so. Conco no be problem. You, if Conco is proven hard to convince, just know that Bola Tinubu is the give am better offer. That's all you need to know. You don't need to look at too much. because Conco's goal na 2031, right? That is Nigeria ain't go dey that stage where pretty much Atiku dey now, matter of life and death. So if he's not falling in line now, if he's not ready to work with him, means that Emiloko is giving a better offer. so that's all you need to know. Now my thought to task na shege banza. Man of prestige.
Hey, yeah.
You welcome. You welcome.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Kilonjembe. What's that?
What do you mean? What's that? You don't you know what's Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
Why you being smart, guy?
I don't know that day. When was that said first? May I know? Because for the past 4 days now, for the past 4 days, I dey find work. I no see. You are telling me Thanksgiving. What am I thanking you for?
Oh, okay.
No, I don't know. On the most serious note, when was that? Was it? I know it was. This is weekend. Okay, Friday was. Oh shit! Wait a minute. When be Thanksgiving? I know Friday. The
Are
yesterday.
you
I was even
are you
thinking
are you
Thanksgiving.
are you serious or you just messing with me?
No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
Okay.
No,
Thanksgiving was
no.
on Thanksgiving was on Thursday on the 28th.
Oh, Thursday. But okay. Let me see. Where was I? Where was I on Thursday? I don't know. Where was I?
I don't know if anybody come on Thursday, but I didn't I mean
I
I think it was
was.
on because I received an alert, but I didn't come on because I have families over. So I actually have family
Yeah.
until weekend.
So I did. I think I came on every day. Then.
Yeah, you was on. I received an alert, but I'm just saying I didn't come in. I think I came in
Uh,
on was it on Friday or Saturday that I came in? Yeah, I came in briefly on Saturday, but I have family. Most of them left Sunday night and this morning's Monday morning. So
yeah.
so
I know you
I
don't.
I I didn't join any platform, this week. But I believe I spoke to you briefly.
Yeah. I know. I didn't even. I'm focused on survival, so I don't.
You are
I
still in
don't.
Orlando, right? It looked like.
Yeah. I'm in Orlando. I don't know anybody, so I don't get family. Maybe that's why. I don't know anyway. I'm in Orlando. I'm shortly between. I was in Daytona like what 2 days ago.
Oh, Daytona Beach. I think it's like about an hour
Yeah.
and a half from Orlando to Daytona Beach or something like that.
Yes. I was in that area all the way to the Palm Beach.
Oh,
Then
okay, Palm Beach. That,
came back
that,
again to Orlando. So.
that's where your president elect live.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the powerhouse now. That's Mololago, Mararago. Yeah, that's the power base now. Nigeria. That's where everybody. Power has moved from Massachusetts. That's Matters Vineyard, where the likes
Yeah.
of police, Obama, and the
That
rest.
that
Is
that's the
now.
people. That's the people ruling America.
Yeah. So.
I was in there. Guess what? I was telling my wife. Remember when Biden said that he wasn't before the election anyway when he was running, and he said he wasn't gonna. I said he wasn't gonna pardon his son. I was telling my wife. I said that must be the most moronic thing somebody we do if he doesn't. I said on our politics now in the play. Why
No,
wouldn't
no,
you pardon
anybody,
your son? You the crazy?
and
I mean people.
anybody, it's people that
Come
believe me
on now.
now who will believe that.
Yeah, I don't know why some people believe that. I think now they are bashing him that he broke the promise. What kind of promise? You the crazy? And moreover, I'm not running again. Even I
They
thought he
don't
was
get
gonna
it.
run. If let's assume he run and win the presidency or whatever, he was still gonna pardon him. Shit.
Yeah, yeah, too. I know, man, no be. Nah, I mean, all those are
Yeah, yeah,
just.
I'm just saying, you have some
No, I
people
know.
that bought into it
I
that
feel
he was an
you. Even
honest man. I said
yeah, even
honest
the
boy
way the
food.
media's are, even the way the media's are saying, I was like, shut the fuck up. If not you, would you pardon your own son or your daughter? Oh no, boy. I
It-
don't see anybody that will not do that.
It's not.
But
It's
again,
no brainer. It's not even a no brainer.
oh, when the Bible is
Some of them are speaking today or whatever. I don't read it because I don't watch too much news anymore. You
nah,
know,
those ones are,
and they
they
said
don't
that he
get
broke
anything
his
to talk.
promise. What broke promise? You know, they crazy.
Nah, we
Yeah,
problem.
anybody will do that. Forget about like you said, all our politics. But anyway, I'm not about America. America will be good. regardless of what's
No,
going to
no, no,
happen
no.
next.
I was surprised that the thing was making news. How many people pardon them? I know he pardon a lot of people, so I was
Oh,
shocked
I don't
that.
even know. Believe me, I've not been watching news recently.
Hmm.
I just into my own world, so I don't care. But I mean, I mean, I read.
Trust me,
I,
you are not
I
missing
mean,
anything.
I read something every now and then, but I don't watch CNN, MSNBC first. I'm
You are not missing anything. Trust me.
no, my life is not there anymore. So I'm more important. America will still be America. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he's gonna do. The tariff, the war, they're gonna turn, or it's gonna get better. He'll still be there. So
Before you know, 4 years don't come go sell. So
yeah,
yeah,
anyway, all these
so
things, Democrat, they cry, they whatever their mistake. I don't even want to know. But anyway, America will be good. I'm not talking about America. I'm going to talk about your country, man. You know what?
I'm
The
trying
reason why I
to.
came in briefly is about that
Hmm.
tax bill. I don't know why I'm so much. This is the first time I'm fully invested in that country when it comes to anything to talk about. Normally, I don't
Boy,
read something. I don't read much about Nigeria. I just listen to news. But this is the first time
yeah,
I've taken my time to read the bill.
the bill don't pass already now. Anything now where anybody talk,
Well, let me say it don't
I
pass.
just
It's just
wasting
not the
our time.
second reading, but I know it's go pass. Don't say it don't pass. It's go pass.
It's not like the second. Once you don't pass the majority of the, you don't finish now. The remaining one now, a few people go
Oh,
sit
okay,
down.
okay. I thought you said it don't pass. Or I thought you said it don't pass. I mean,
Don't pass you don't pass the that now. Once you pass the bill, now the biggest order will now be the second, now be the majority of the Senate. Right? They
no.
don't
I
smuggle
understand
up.
the way you said it, but somebody who
Yeah.
don't understand with you would think it has already come. It has already been done. But I understand what you're saying. I mean,
Yeah,
I have
no,
the
but
same.
that's what they want. That's what the media want. That's what the government want. Now is the crucial stage. We have to talk about that. Now Obi said now Obi come out today now. Obi said now is the first time Obi is talking about it.
Oh, you talk about it.
Oh, Obi had a long tweet about the tax bill. He has a tweet.
What did you say?
I tell you now, say they are all in here. Talk am. He said tax reform is critical issue and there is nothing wrong with pursuing it. However, such reform must be subjected to robust and informed public debate. A public hearing on tax reform is essential, allowing Nigerians from all walks of life to engage in meaningful debates. This is how we build public trust and ensure inclusivity in policy making. Matter of this magnitude require extensive deliberation and careful consideration. They should never be rushed. Public hearing must be conducted to allow for diverse opinion and input. Such public hearing should also enable the broadest spectrum of public opinion to reflect the public policy. When considering tax reform and similar issues, it is insufficient to focus solely on the benefit of the government, particularly in terms of increasing revenue allocation. We must also take into account the overall impact on the nation and the sustainability of its region. Furthermore, the government must sensitize the people and secure their buy-in for any policy change. Trust and legitimacy are the foundation of effective governance, and without them, even the best intended reform may fail. Let us prioritize transparency, deliberation, and public engagement in charting the path forward. This is how we build a true particip- participatory democracy. In New Nigeria is possible. Pure. What do you want to talk now? Na number now. You say, oh, we need to debate. I know debate. It's over. He say, no gree going depth into the task because the benefit am. You can't say you are against it publicly. Once you talk am publicly, then you are in trouble. They will chop am. You are muted though, in case you dey talk. Man of prestige. If you dey hear me, you are a muted. You are a muted. You muted, you are a muted. I was thinking, man of Brazil went to Finland. He could not afford. He could not afford flight tickets. Let's just put it like that. Thursday. Maybe why I know the when I newly call America, which is normal. When I newly call when I dey school, 9 times will be the when what they call host family go dey rush you. Ah!
Daddy maraba da zuwa. Daddy, you are most welcome. Maraba da zuwa, Daddy. Thank you. The captain, Ghana United. The captain, Ghana United. Suleiman Damba. I am a goalkeeper, Steven Joseph. Last man, Hamza Abubakar. My name is Julie James. My name is Shadra Hassan, Ghana United goal machine. My name is Amanjura Usman. My name is Yusha Ismail Muhammad Kopa.
That guy funny, man. That guy didn't name now. What do you think like so we'll see.
Shaya Abraham. Enoch Edison.
Jama'a ku tana wa babanmu. Let's put our hands together for Daddy. Our president, Tinubu Tax Bill. Waziri yana da wato asali ready because the ball.
Man of Prestige,
Yeah, sorry Ovie
are
for that.
you?
I'm calling with my phone. I'm not home, so I received a
Yeah,
phone call, so I have to get out for a minute.
yeah. I know you pledged 25 million to support Obi's next election. If he goes with the article, are you going to withdraw that money or are you still going to give him?
Well, I mean, regardless, I have my reservation of view about Obi, but I still believe in Obi. Yeah, I will still be with him, whether with Atiku or with anybody. Even I thought he want to be a vice president. It doesn't matter to me. I will still be with him. So I don't care. You know, but I'm I'm not saying I support Tinubu for this tax bill. Okay, like I said, I've read it vividly. I support it for the tax bill. Not just for business, not just the advantage for the business part of it, but
Mm.
the Northerners have not been able to read this bill. I don't know if they haven't read it or they just come in making all those noise. I think it's about 4 bills combined together. the one they really oppose is the vet. I mean, there's no disadvantage to that to them. I mean, Lagos State doesn't have don't they have up to about 65%? They contribute about 60% of the of the vet already, followed by Oyo and River State. So, and the one that is going to favor, the one they don't understand, the what's the NTI, right? Hello,
Which one? I'm here.
the
I'm here.
telecommunication, they contribute the most, right?
Which people? Who contribute the most?
NTI, the telecommunication.
Yeah, who contribute the most?
I said that company contribute the most in Nigeria.
Most revenue?
Yes, they contribute the most because people use phone everywhere. But what has been happening is that most of them, they give it to Lagos because it's based in Lagos. But right now, that's not how it's going to be anymore. It's going to be of wherever you are. Like okay, like in Benin, people who consume it. That's what they call it, consumption in part of revenue. If you consume it in Benin, Edo is going to get it. They are about 28 million people or whatever it is, there's 8 million population, maybe about half of that people in Lagos, or more than half, get phone. And Lagos is not gonna get much, it's not gonna get as they used to get before. That's what people don't realize. People wait they for Kanu.
No, no. There are more people in Lagos using get connected though. Don't
Yeah,
forget
yeah,
that.
yeah. But what I'm saying, it used to favor them before.
Oh well,
Every
yeah, everything
consumption.
comes to them. I get what you're saying.
Huh?
Comes, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Every
I get what you're
consumption
saying
used
now.
to come to
Everything used to
Lagos.
come to them.
Right, but right
Yeah,
now
I
it's
got you
based on
now.
your state. Whatever you consume, that's you're gonna get it. Kanu State has a large population. I know they don't people there, they don't use as much cellular phone as they are. I don't know, even into not. But I'm not gonna compare it to Lagos, but regardless. So they're gonna get more money. I don't know why all these not are complaining. Some of them has not even read the bill. That's their main problem. And there's another part of this. The population wise. If you look at the way the whole bill, let's assume they contribute about 100 billion. Half of it, we go to the half of it will go to the federal government. The other one, will be divided. And out of that, federal government will get about 15% of that. Then 35% will go to the local government. And there's one that is based on population. I don't know why. I mean, and it's going to make you look inward, you know, in order for you to build and, try to generate more revenue for your state. So there's an advantage. You know, if you feel like you're not contributing, like my state, Imo, they are not contributing nothing. They are like last of all the whole state. There are three states in southeast that are going to be in the last place. Imo is probably the last one. Abia is there and Enugu, but Anambra is one of the top 10. Of course, Lagos, Oyo, River, Bayelsa, they're high up there because they consume a lot of that vet. But it's going to make you look inward. But today, Ohanese has come and support it. But what do you expect? But maybe they understand the business part of it that is good. That's why they're supporting it because, I mean, I'm not saying everything is good about it. Of course, the problem is that who's going to be the tax collector, because, I can bet you, they say it's not going to be Alpha Beta, but, eventually they're going to name another company. If people say, why Alpha Beta? Because people are started complaining already now. They want to alphabetize. That's the word they are using. They want to alphabetize Nigeria by this tax bill because they think, they may make it. But Tinubu is going to find a way to create another company that's going to favor him. He's going to benefit. He's gonna be the richest man by the time he's finished. But what can you do for other people? That's what matters. I mean, that's the way I'm looking at it. Whether it's good for Nigeria, yeah. I mean, it's a very pragmatic bill, in my own opinion. Very, very pragmatic. You know, and it's kind of revolutionary Nigeria. I mean, the way it's being structured. I'm not saying in the long run, people is gonna pay for it. Even I thought they say lower income people not gonna pay any tax, but when the corporation and everything, and people that spend this tax producing this tax, they're gonna factor their own production is gonna go higher, product is gonna go higher, what people consume is gonna go higher. So it's gonna affect them too, regardless of they're not paying tax. But small businesses, they're not gonna pay tax. That's what they claim right now. So I don't know. I don't really, in my own opinion, I don't really see anything wrong with the bill. Maybe I'm looking at it from a businessman point of view who's living in USA. We need a tax bill. Nigeria is not paying enough tax, but I don't know. I'm not. Maybe I'm trying to be selfish, but something has to change. I mean, you have to revolutionize that country in a certain way. You know, for good or for bad. That's the only way I'm looking at it. You know, so I don't know what you think about it. Are you there?
It's about the average man on the street whose income has not increased, but instead his buying ability they go down every day and things go expensive more. So how do you expect that person to survive? And that then be the majority.
Yeah, yeah,
That's just the
right.
problem.
But we can't be living on the status quo. That's my problem. I know corporation is going to benefit. Corporation income tax is going to come down. I think they are paying about 30 right now. It's going to go to 27.5 in 2025.
So
In
I
2026,
mean
it's going to
all
go to
this.
25%. They
I
model
mean
it to a
all
certain
this.
degree to
I,
a Trump tax
I
cut.
mean all this. If there are good roads, there's light. People no go. I not be America with this. Everybody pay tax every now, but
Exactly,
we are
Ovie. You have
saving
hit the
money.
nail. You have hit it on the nail. All this money they're gonna be collecting, if they can utilize it, in other way to find a light, electricity in that country, good road, and people not go complain. That's the only thing that
They,
that bother me about that country. All this
what
money
they
they're gonna
say,
be collecting right now.
what
I
they
mean,
say
all the
from
whole money they're gonna collect right now. Federal government is gonna get about 15% of the whole money. You know, I'm not complaining about that. But what are you going to do with the money? That's why it's not going to be going to people's money. And who's the person that's going to be collecting this tax, the corporation or the entity that's going to be collecting this tax? How are they going to be transparent? Nigeria has never been that way. But yeah, we can't be living the way we are living right now. It's not
yeah,
sustainable.
but it's not about the change. It's the people who are bringing the change, right? What's the money they save from subsidy? They use it to buy private jet and yacht.
No, you see, that's my
so,
problem.
so how do you expect me now? You want to give them more ability to collect more money to do what? To buy
Okay,
more
do you want
yacht.
us to stay the way we are right now? That's another problem. Nothing is working.
So they of course they see the big boys are happy. They get what they want, but they are very few. They are like 1%. So what is their plan to make sure the ordinary person go?
But the big boys are not paying any tax right now.
It's not a man of prestige. It is not about paying tax. Those people when they pay tax, they will inflate the price of their product just for them to cope. You
Right, I know
understand?
that.
So that means the another man now we have to look for more money to pay more. So where's the money going to come from?
But Ovie, are you against the tax bill?
I am against the tax. Not doing anything for me, just want taxes. See, that's the problem. I'm not saying that it's very simple, right? You want collect tax, okay. So what am I getting in return? Right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
say I
I
don't
mean,
go pay tax. You say I don't go pay tax, right? But
right.
I need more money to buy more food. So the man when they pay tax, now you they pay tax, you go pay tax, right?
Right.
How to find a way to get your money back? Is either you reduce your employee or you don't employ again. You increase your price, you increase your product price. In any one way you do, I will suffer am. If you don't create employment, that means I don't get up of getting job. If you increase the price of, I am saving the money because as I get job, the money back by buying higher, making higher purchase of food. So it's just it's not in a good faith, you know. I don't know. Yeah.
No, I understand what you talk
If I
about.
can trust,
My main
if I can trust
annoyance.
you, no, if I can trust you that use my benefit, that means my school fee, I no go, no be now. Instead of them to invest school fees, you are not me. Understand?
Well, I think,
Don't make the
look, my main
calculation.
annoyance, okay? I completely agree with everything. But my main annoyance is all these northern people. It's about everything is about me, about about them. You know, that's the only angle they look at things.
No,
Why is
see,
that so?
of, of course, now, no be is it, what is their interest in this? You understand?
Why does it have to be them, everything? It's about not.
That's what I know. See, at them, na democracy they work.
But they
You
don't
are
own
fight for your
Nigeria.
interest.
They don't
It's
own
about
Nigeria.
they are not. It's not about that. That's what I'm saying. And then they organize pass. Look, we don't like to they see. You know they see how then they do it. Oh, that is what you organize what you want. If it doesn't, they have to look at you, not their job. Fuck you. That's how you. That's how you supposed to think. But it concern you. You understand? You don't have to look for other. You look for interest. So they are just looking out for their. If ever them don't get rich men for their place, the rich are. Well, the rich people
But
will benefit now.
are they looking after for their own people, or they are looking after for themselves? Because they have not done
That
anything for their own
problem.
people to begin with.
Problem. You have to look after. You have to do work. They don't want to do that. Why would so it's still that selfish interest. Your job, matter. Your job is not to care what about this. Protect your own and go with it. That is why that's the that's why the way this way for the same thing. There's somebody that they,
Hey, I would have liked to conversate with you. I have to go. I'm doing something.
okay, me because of the tax, they are just they are looking for something else
Man of
that we
Peace,
don't
because
know.
you don't fear me, the man of Peace. My brother, you see me they run, Abi. Okay, what's up? Okay.
Hear you. I be area red.
Hello.
I know they final.
What did happen? The code, Abi?
Yes. Good. I'm surprised.
If that come back to history.
No, that one was. That's a fire. That's a fire.
We're almost 85 right now. We're almost 85. This is right now.
But in the morning, waiting on day in the morning.
Around 50 something.
Yeah. No, be. I will come. No, be. No, be like. I'm a problem again today for them.
Is that?
The phone. I think I
no, the phone.
Rent.
Okay. You then go turn to snow now. Say hi then. What did happen? What's up?
Well,
your network Nigeria you there?
Oh,
What do you talk about the tax reform?
me?
The
I know
VAT.
they talk. I know
They talk about.
don't. You know the me don't. I just make I laugh them.
So I tell you that day now, if somebody imports something for 1 million, they tax them 1.5 million. He goes pay the money among the consumers.
Right.
I'll tell you that they don't be safe because I'm saying from 800. If you are anything below 800, they will tax you. You tax me when I import something of 10,000, of 2 million. Then I will my overhead everything. It cost me 2.5. I'll put everything for the goods when I buy now. You say go test that they pay the tax.
Yeah. People
I'm not seeing that way. They only rich people that want tax.
that
The market men on the
people not
market
understand the one, and then they talk, oh, people no go pay tax, no go pay tax.
because they should have the way it work is this. If I pay tax of 200,000 on top my 1 million goods that I bought, all right. Now my goods now is 1.2 million. That's what I will be. That's my goods now. That's what it was. Then I must make a profit. Then that 1.2, everyone will pay for it. If now 2 naira, you be a share of what you bought. Yeah, it goes. The thing say I got something for 2 million. You tax me for 200,000. Then now that 2 million that's what I will use to save for you. Like you go run down to
Nah,
the.
you're not businessman, so you understand how the game they play.
I say that then. I say if they like made they import due to everything, made they million to 20 million. Now as they put that in everything they hide, they go. Everything in Nigeria is imported. Everything 80% of consumption. Even
The
the food
poor
they eat,
people,
everything.
they go cry. Now they won't deal with the poor people. They don't know.
People are not seeing that way now. So the big men are the ones seeing it. At the end of the day, the doctor say tax, there's increment of tax. So they can even make double of that. Because they have excuse now. They all have excuse. Because they will use the same excuse against everybody. All right? Including everybody. Make their money. You know. Yeah. Then Sabio, how would they concern? I due to say we still have our loved ones there.
No, more than.
We still get 20% of interest. I don't think I haven't get 20% of the interest in Nigeria itself. Only 30%.
What is particular? Avocado. Oh, that's it. Okay. Great. Sorry, I got maybe 2 years. Okay, fine.
So, okay, why is the governor of Borno State crying? Why is he crying, though? I don't understand why he's
Sorry?
crying.
Yeah, I
I
want
mean,
to.
Zulu.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I mean, Zulu, why is he crying?
No, not no man now. You know, say the guy now a better candidate for presidency. You understand? He has to come out to as if he speak for people. But at the same time, they support the bill. I know, man. I give it. The bill don't pass already now. Those one are just so they deceive themselves, deceive people, and then they do stuff. You understand? You know the like Obi of the North in terms of
Exactly.
governor. Like Obi of the North in terms of governor.
In Obi of the North.
Yes.
How?
Now, like among all the governors, now they like do good, but now they perform somehow. You understand?
Now him pop pass. Now they perform.
Yes. So if they want choose any governor, now him they go choose. So people like him. You understand?
But I don't know because he's not the only popular man with it for. I don't even know any governor in the North.
Uh-huh.
Exactly.
So don't be surprised.
He always on the news.
So now what you make and come out like that, it speak for the people and at the same time. I know they just they make. You know, I think
Whether I speak or not speak, it has already been decided already. It already been decided.
yes,
You
sir.
know, everybody go feel them one way to another.
From next year now. From January it will start.
Who they be there? No be next 2 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Next 5 January. Maybe dollar go reach like 3,000 per dollar. Mm-hmm. Exchange rate go reach like 3,000. No.
Hmm. Now drive it is drive.
Yeah, I just come from work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I just close the after a week of holiday, man.
Yeah, I remember so you tell me say
Yeah.
on flex. So when be the next holiday? Christmas?
Huh?
When be the next holiday? Christmas?
Next 3 weeks, I'll come out. I'll go another holiday for another 3 weeks. Then I'm going to pass.
Wait, now 3 weeks holiday, how you all get so?
Yes, now.
Yeah, you are
By
flexing.
December 15,
You dey enter Anambra, abi na?
I don't know here. Then my house, a drink. They don't send me. Oh, anywhere. I feel go around though, but no be just carry my children go somewhere. Spend 1 or 2, 3 days, Then I'm bracket. Now, people they travel too much, oh. No, those guys sit my house that day. Tomorrow when they travel their kids, so when they carry 4 kids, you can get 4 kids, you can get 5 kids. They're all going, everybody. I pity for them.
The same Nigeria where they say area hot, still hot.
Huh?
The same Nigeria.
Yes, now.
Mm-hmm.
If you get 4 kids, why do they
No,
travel?
so Nigeria where they say no secure.
My brother, now they look at that too. Now you say they go, now my brothers them. Now you say they go. Now you see they look like that.
They say you know this picture now. This
5 million
picture
they go.
is
Now they look like that now. Now news they
an
listen to.
ongoing man there.
Travel too much. So we have to shoot our end of year party yesterday because of say, but they were tent. Almost half of my kindred people, my people, all the enter Nigeria, but they were tent. What do you go do? I get 3 people who I know very close to me. If say they pack the family, they go. Pack all the family, they go. With the visa, they don't even feel secure. Imagine, they don't even feel secure Nigeria passport. They have to use a visa go. Country passport to know their children passport for Nigeria now. And how bad Nigeria is.
They no fit do anything.
Nigeria passport now. No, it's very easy for them to use Nigeria passport to travel to Nigeria. They're using American passport. So with American passport, they will use visa now. Sure, you understand my point? America will use visa enter Nigeria. But with Nigeria passport now, it's easy now than they're going to Nigeria, you know. But
So
with American
Nigeria,
passport,
so Nigeria say they useful for them with that. Everybody calls Nigeria. I mean, I say Nigeria. I say government. I mean, they cause our passports. Our passports get level.
it's everything. But yeah, but so they want to go put their house. I said, "Now go build a mash of people village. Check us out. I mean, how they do anything. I'm going to enjoy. One go rest, man. I have to go rest. Maybe another thing. Okay, my point.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of pot with your family, carrying security, go enter your house, lock it down. You know? When I be careful, I go carry 2 children now. I come the hand for million. Boys the vessel. Just the guys the guys that work with me, I ask them, the Mexican guys, are you guys not going to the you know those guys tell me. Some Mexican guys when they work with me, all right. I end up going to your home country. They wanted to be kidnapped.
Now young guy.
Yes, now.
What he say no they go?
No, sir, you know they kidnap me for Mexican.
They deny them.
Kidnap now, no kidnap na normal business here. No, they can
Oh
tell.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. All those.
and they want they kidnap them.
Now they fear be that.
All those cartel all over the place. No. You know, go see them, they make this see they make noise about it. But in Nigeria, people say that's what something will never happen before they happen.
Now swear and swear for us.
How? On the kidnap issue?
No. The way we
No,
take the
it's
talk
not
about matter. You say the Mexico no they talk their own. I say, the way we take the talk our own, I swear and swear for us.
Yeah. On our own, like for East now. All right. Anyhow, one came the Joey, they make wars. I don't tell that before. It's a war that if they did something, when it's going like nobody talking about it again, 2 months, 3 months, they will do another one. Somebody will just come and boom, 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 disappear again on the air. Many people create content and news for the next 1 month. You know, people will start moving their normal life again, like see if nothing is going on. That's Nigeria, though. That's Nigeria. Oh. But we'll talk later. That man enter my large. Man, enter where they enter.
I say.
I said, we'll talk later, Joe.
All right, man. I'll call you.
All right. Whew.
Nice idea, but it won't help. It'll just formalize the reality that poor countries can never repay their loans.
Senator, are you saying that you're opposed to debt relief for impoverished countries?
No, we should forgive the debts, but that's not going to help those countries very much.
Okay. What will?
Tax cuts. Some African tax rates are the highest in the world. In Tanzania, the 30% rate kicks in at $475 of income. Plus, they have a 20% value-added tax. It gets added to everything you buy. Those high tax rates make it impossible to build capital in those countries. So nothing gets built, not factories, not roads, not anything. Poor African countries have the lowest wage workers in the world. And yet a company like Nike, for instance, can't put a factory in one of those countries because of the oppressive tax rates. Taxes have killed any possibility of economic development. They've killed any hope of these countries ever helping themselves. And that leaves them completely at the mercy of charity and loans. And here's the worst part. You know why those countries have such high tax rates? Because of us. To show us that they can raise enough money to pay back their loans. But taxes can't raise any money if they kill the economies. So it turns out that the tragic, unintended consequence of our good intentions toward Africa, our kindness, is that we have encouraged those countries to lock themselves into a gruesome economic depression. If we don't urge those countries to cut their tax rates, they will never grow their economies. People will live lifetimes of unemployment. Disease will be rampant. Poverty will be permanent. And children will be hungry. And our charity will never be enough. Never.
We want to carry along everybody, all Nigerians. So this is what we want to do. Except you don't want openness, the intention is to open up to allow everyone to know. You may phrase your
Mr. President.
Excuse me. Your point of order is noted, but I want to rephrase so that we can have it done formally without any problem. Leader, you have the floor.
Mr. President, I listened to the point of order raised by most distinguished, highly respected, well-revered former leader of the House and of the Senate, distinguished Senator Abdul Ningi. Mr. President, let me clarify. My motion was for suspension, not invocation, of Order 12. Order 12 talks about those who are privileged to speak in this hallowed chamber, as well as the exceptions that can be granted. But when a motion is moved for suspension, it means that rule does not apply again. In addition, sir, for the purpose of our working relationship, let me also amend my motion by saying that in addition to my motion for suspension of Order 12 on floor privileges, I'm also coming under Order 1B, which says in all cases where there is no specific provision or rule, the Senate shall regulate its own procedure. So, Mr. President, let it be said that my motion is based on both the invocation of Order 1B of our rules as well as the suspension of Order 12 of our rules. Nigerians need to know, And we also want to know. Let's hear these people. Let's ask them questions. And that's why I've chosen that we go this way before I bring my bill for second reading. After this, we'll still have our own closed door session tomorrow as colleagues to further discuss this issue. It's a matter of urgent public importance. I so move, Mr. President.
Matter of public urgent importance. Matter of urgent public importance. Matter of importance public urgence. Urgent, however they want to am. If it's that important. No be for TV they will come dey discuss am. They go carry am go their constituency. Other people in the big men in their constituency, whoever, but all this movie theatric disposition wey dem dey give us, so we welcome am.
What the president essentially is doing is trying to pull all the resources to the southwest, particularly Lagos. Many of the oil companies are in Niger Delta, are in the Delta region. That's where they have their operations. But their headquarters are in Lagos. They pay VAT to Lagos. Dangote is paying VAT in Lagos with his factories in the north. What has Lagos done to earn that? So Lagos is getting all of that money. And now he's saying, oh yeah, that money is ours, that money is ours. No, it isn't. Lagos is what it is today thanks to Nigeria's Commonwealth. All the infrastructures were built by Nigerian Commonwealth. The ports, the bridges, the everything. If anybody asks you must pay. So people need to be sensible. There is this thing they call in the old Zulu adage, Ubuntu. You are who you are because of me. This common humanity. Northern governors met in Kaduna to talk about VAT. Oh, and they want to accrue more money. Let me say that they were not there for God and country or for the region. They were collecting there because they are not going to get more money. So this selfishness, oh, it's me, it's me, it's me, and the president is following that, it's raising antenna alarm in the north. To all that, yes, and the president has sent a bill. To the House about his tax reform. That is his right as the executive. But it is the right of our representatives, and we are watching them very closely. It is the right of our representatives to fight for us and kill that bill if it does not do well for the people they are representing. End of story. There is no argument. There is no argument. This is what democracy is. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on his own cannot do things without reverting back to the House. And we have our representatives there that we will hold accountable.
And I just take the last part of Order 38. That is order of the business. Mr. President, the order of the business says, number 10, that our business for the day will be based on the order paper. The order paper does not contain this. And for God's sake, this is a very, very, very important matter. We should not in any way try to use the position of the Senate because the order paper is clear and we have been doing this. I have no problem having them to come here and explain whatever. We have been doing that, but we follow known procedures. And that is if today this thing has to be taken, you now quickly ask for supplementary order paper that will reflect this. And as you said, this is a very, very important matter. It is not a matter that you just come and tell us after we are doing business of the day. Mr. President, you can have your way, but I will have my say. You will have your way, but I can have my say. You can use the gavel, and I will use my voice. This thing is very sensitive. Our people have been dominated by this matter. When you say it's matter of urgent national importance, yes, we do have matters of urgent national importance. But even those matters normally is referred to the next legislative date or another legislative date. Please, I beg you in the name of God, this matter is very, very important to not only us, but Nigerians that we represent. And we swear by Bible and Holy Quran that will represent the interests of the people. These people partially have spoken. The governors, the National Economic Council, and that makes
you
it
have made your point. Can I respond to you?
You can rule me out of order.
Let me respond. Let me respond to you. Now, please, we are not here for rhetorics. We are acting on fact. Excuse me. Order, please. Order, please. Order, please. Order, please. Order.
You, because you are sitting there saying saying it's written.
I know.
Are you saying, Mr. President, that a Senate?
No, leave me. Wait a minute.
Is that fair to yourself? Now rule me out of order.
Okay, thank you very much. We're giving you a chance to speak. Please, I refer you to order 1B, which the leader came under. Can you read order 1B for me, please? Can you read order 1B? Okay. Order 1B read as follows. In all cases not provided for in this standing order, or by sessional or other orders or practice of the Senate shall by resolution regulate its procedure. This is what we have just done. This is the resolution that we have just passed. You needed to have known what we have done. I therefore rule you out of order.
So where was all these men when Buhari was printing money? So now they know they swear by Quran and by... I mean, don't make me laugh. Oh. I tell you, it's in a movie. They are performance. Na performance. They just a display. Now just to deceive all of us. You know, the media don't get anything there to do. Yeah, these are the things we are going to be dealing with for the next. Throughout this week. At the end of the day, some people will come and go begin to apologize. I wasn't against the pay, the first. I didn't say that. I did. That's what you could do. That matter go close. As soon as they find something else, we gotta see now by tonight. I will go into side. I will think of what my possibly we could take the attention. What is the next on the agenda? I will see what is next on the agenda for them. They don't come back for France. If they never come back from France, they go find another propaganda. Now this one will give them a better this thing because uh, the big boys don't they speak up now. Obi are speaking up. I think Ukozi put him out. Showore will join. That's it. Then they will begin bring intermediaries come TV because they make noise. As soon as they finish that one, something else will something else will follow. All these performance. YouTube una no verse, una no verse. I know they will come out. God, this man for they go they go they go flag my they go flag this video because of that go. Una no verse YouTube. I don't come out down. I don't know. It's not about. I don't think it's not about. I don't think you should see. I mean, that Macron they see France think that it is their right. What do you expect? It is not about what they think. It is about what you think. They are not responsible for how you think. You should not be responsible for how they think. They are only putting their interest forward. If you fall for it, if you buy into it, at your own prerogative. So even the guy where they talk, say, if you listen carefully, towards the end, he has to like kind of switch his words, kinda. So they all know this. The question is that do we know this? Yes, our leaders know, our elites know. But guess what? It serves their interest. I mean, they are driving the latest car, living the latest, are flying the latest private jets. They are living to them the best life. So they don't give a fuck about everything else. So I will not say France. I don't care how France think. His thinking can only be successful or not if we go with it.
Nice idea, but it won't help. It'll just formalize the reality that poor countries can never repay their loans.
Senator, are you saying that you're opposed to debt relief for impoverished countries?
No, we should forgive the debts, but that's not going to help those countries very much.
Okay. What will?
Tax cuts. Some African tax rates are the highest in the world. In Tanzania, the 30% rate kicks in at $475 of income. Plus, they have a 20% value-added tax. It gets added to everything you buy. Those high tax rates make it impossible to build capital in those countries. So nothing gets built, not factories, not roads, not anything. Poor African countries have the lowest wage workers in the world. And yet a company like Nike, for instance, can't put a factory in one of those countries because of the oppressive tax rates. Taxes have killed any possibility of economic development. They've killed any hope of these countries ever helping themselves. And that leaves them completely at the mercy of charity and loans. And here's the worst part. You know why those countries have such high tax rates? Because of us. To show us that they can raise enough money to pay back their loans. But taxes can't raise any money if they kill the economies. So it turns out that the tragic, unintended consequence of our good intentions toward Africa, our kindness, is that we have encouraged those countries to lock themselves into a gruesome economic depression. If we don't urge those countries to cut their tax rates, they will never grow their economies. People will live lifetimes of unemployment. Disease will be rampant. Poverty will be permanent. And children will be hungry. And our charity will never be enough. Never.
The truth is, our leaders know, but they are kleptomaniac and barons. What do you expect when such are? Yeah, exactly my point. So it is now the people are the mercy of not knowing, which is my point exactly. That the goal of the elites, the goal of the government, the goal of the media is to make everybody stupid. So they know that fact, but we don't. Because if the majority of people know that fact, then there will be a problem. That's what I say there. This one's there, another pressure we go.
I saw President Donald Trump talking about the imposing tariff on the BRICS countries that are trying to create an alternate currency that will bypass the United States dollar on international transactions. And I believe that was a very, very, very wrong approach. This was the same mindset that the US have that now keep imposing on countries that led to the complete degeneration and the downward spiral that the US has been recording for the past 50 years. Go back to a little bit of a history. After the First World War in 1914, the world went into a series of economic upheavals. Of course, we have the Bolshevik Revolution in 1917, and then we have a lot of crises that the world went into Great Depression from 1929 to the point whereby by 1933, the US government then used to have their own reserve in gold. So many of the rich class in the US and even the middle class used to save their reserve in gold. So because of the Great Depression, people are rushing to cash out on their gold reserve. So they are depleting the gold reserve at the fastest rate to the point whereby it's threatening to crash the United States economy. So what President Roosevelt said that time was calling for a banking holiday, shutting down the entire banks of the United States, no deposit, no withdrawal for the period of 1 week. They call that period banking holiday. After 1 week and the coming back of the banking holiday, they decided to say that nobody again is going to cash his own gold, but rather whatever amount of gold you have, you are now going to go with 35 ounce. You know, $35 for an ounce of gold. So if you have the gold reserve in the US, you have to keep that gold reserve in exchange for you to just take dollars. So they will print dollar and substitute for the gold reserve in order to continue to save the United States. Then, of course, people like Germany refused, and that was what, even to some degree, economically, that's the economic reasons why you now have the Second World War. A lot of devastating effect took place, and the US came in and became the general victor now, together with, of course, the Soviet Union and China, France, and the UK. So they became the P5, the five Security Council members of the United Nations, because they are the victors of the Second World War. So a Bretton Woods institution was roughly set up, and that institution that was in the US, where you take for 35 ounces of gold, for 35 ounces of gold, you take $1. What they did now was to globalize it using the Bretton Woods institutions. So you can deposit your gold reserve, in exchange of $35 to an ounce of gold. And that's what they did. Then the depletion of the gold reserve because of the mistrust in the US economy due to the war in Korean Wars, due to the Vietnamese War, some countries of the global north stopped believing in the capacity of the US to take control of their gold reserve. So they started to demand for their gold reserve. One of such countries is France, under Charles de Gaulle. In fact, Charles de Gaulle have to dispatch the military warship to go to the US in their effort to evacuate their gold reserve. Looking at all these challenges that they are facing as at that time, President Nixon decided to say to hell with every other person. Either you collect gold, either you collect dollars in exchange for your gold, but you can never get the gold back again. And that's why we now, the so-called energy began to substitute for gold. That's how you now give birth to petrodollar. So subsequently, the petrodollar itself, when you look at the BRICS, the BRICS countries control almost 20% of the global economy and nearly 45% of global energy reserve. And this energy reserve, especially petro, is what has been balancing the dollar. Now that the BRICS countries are in total control of the energy reserves, what balances the dollar is only fiat. That's why they call it fiat currency, printing money out of thin air without any intrinsic value. The dollar itself has no intrinsic value. It's just printing press. It's like sitting in the Federal Reserve, you print dollars, and then you come to countries in Africa and buy all their properties by a printed currency. And that's how US has been operating. So, but again, the whole world, because of the trust that they have had in the international systems and the institutions governing the operationalization of the dollar, they decided to still continue to manage with the fiat currency system until the US started weaponizing the dollar. And what they do is to impose sanctions on countries. Provided you don't agree with some of their policies, they will now shut you out of the dollar, using the same institution that the global system trusted, especially the SWIFT system. They decided to sanction Iran, in fact, during Obama era, by taking them out of the SWIFT system. And on the coming of the special military operations of Russia, they decided to also take out Russia in all the institutions that allow them to trade in dollar. And the Russians decided to start moving to create alternative financial and settlement system away from the dollar. By doing so, Russian economy started growing beyond what the world has ever imagined, to the point whereby Russia became now the fourth largest economy in the world and the largest economy in Europe without trading in dollars. And that has substantiated the fact that provided you have commodities of intrinsic value, you have energy, you have mineral resources, you have agricultural commodities that the global system demands, you don't really need dollars to trade with other countries. And that is what forms the idea of the alternative currency that the BRICS is trying to set up. Most of these alternative systems are going to be backed by commodities of countries. And if that happened, countries or continents like Africa are going to be rich because we are the richest when it comes to natural resources and commodities. So it means that countries in the global south like Africa are going to have a very strong impact in the global system, and they are going to escape poverty. This was proven by the sanctions that took place against Russia in March 2022. And the global system has been moving well. Look at India. India's economy is rising. Look at Brazil. Look at South Africa. All of them that are trading sometimes direct, especially China. Look at Chinese trade with US, right? With Russia. China trade with Russia now is to the tune of almost $500–600 billion outside the dollar, right? India's purchase of energy is in exchange of rupiah with Indian rupiah with Russian ruble. And voila, they are all growing. In fact, India is the largest supplier of energy to some of the European countries, and the same energy is coming from Russia. So it means that without dollar, most of the countries of the global south are actually better off. So what Trump is trying to do is to shut down the instrument of United States power. And all the military bases that they have and the budget that they have in the name of trying to still maintain the hegemony of dollar, when you look at the 600 billion, 700 billion, 800 billion dollars of budget that they have in their own defense spending, most of it are inflated. They are all lies, you know. You find out that one single military boot that you can buy for $100, when you check the budget of the US, you find out that it's about $3,500, and that's what they are budgeting. So it's inflated budget for the Congress, for the corrupt system in the US to take over this money, similar to the way it's happening in several countries. So if Donald Trump is trying to do that, he's trying to further shut down the entire global south away from the dollar, thereby encouraging and incentivizing their move away from the dollar and grow, similar to the way it's been exemplified by Russia, by China, and by India. So that was a very strong mistake. And I think the global south should welcome this development. If Trump is going to sanction all other countries on 100% tariff, by all means, let them not trade with the US. And I think they will be better off, because it has been proven with Russia, it's been proven with India, and it's proven with China. That was a very wrong mistake. I think Trump should approach either conciliatory approach to bring back the global south, win back their trust, or lose completely in the scheme of things in this century. Thank you.
Oh, the temperature is getting too cold, yo. As I will close show. Um. Anyway, guys, yes, I gotta go. I will come back. Who knows before the night catch up. For now, thank you for your time. So I think you are new here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for your chats, and hope to see you again. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you later, guys. Ciao, ciao.